Day by day, our life is picking up speed. Our welfare is getting better, but we're getting sicker and sicker. Diseases attack us, not letting us enjoy our lives. Standard analysis doesn't give trustworthy results. Medicines don't help. Throughout the years, many people haven't found causes for their diseases. Apparently, it is time for new methods and approaches in medicine. For more than 18 years, the clinic of Dr. Kulikovich has been operating in the city of Dnipropetrovsk, Ukraine. The clinic has huge hands-on experience in diagnosing and treating a wide range of the most complicated chronic diseases. The clinic is unique due to its harmonious combination of the latest achievements in modern science, combined with the approaches and techniques of traditional Chinese medicine.
Наша система лечения построена таким образом, что
Our clinic has a system of treatment based on integrated cause and effect and accuracy approaches. We always treat the cause of the disease. Thanks to it, we treat the most complex diseases without any medicines or interference into the biochemical homeostasis of the person. These are not just words. Thanks to the methods of Dr. Kulikovich, many patients feel the taste of life again as they get rid of chronic diseases and ailments. Now, after treatment, I can walk normally, without a cane. My general condition is satisfactory. Much better. I feel a lot better in myself. How do you feel in yourself? Great. Dr. Kulikovich has offered his own model of disease development on which the clinic's work is based. At first, an energy information factor, pathogenic to our health, penetrates into the body. It can be stress, bad ecology, or depression. Then, the energy information balance of the organism changes, and circulation in energy channels breaks down. Functions of the central regulatory mechanisms, vegetative, nervous, endocrine and immune systems also break down. The infection can freely develop in our bodies. An acute or primary chronic process in the affected organ will develop. If the immune system is weak, the disease becomes chronic. Any disease develops due to the existence of two factors. The first one is a primary energy pathogenic agent. This factor breaks down the work of the central regulatory mechanisms in the body and creates conditions for the second factor, the factor of infections. Because of this, the doctor's task is not only to combat the infection, but most importantly to eliminate its cause, which is to get rid of the energy factor. Thus, treatment involving all 5 stages of development is of great importance. For instance, it is winter time and you go for a walk without a hat. Your head gets colder and by evening you have a sore throat. The primary energy factor of cold has penetrated your body. The organism needs to quickly warm up the affected area, and it changes the immune, nervous and endocrine systems to be ready for penetration of the infection. In this case, the infection triggers these warming processes in the organism. At first, it causes an increase in temperature. Warming kills the infection. The organism starts using its own compensatory capabilities, its own protection. It simultaneously kills the infection and the pathogenic energy factor. Having perspired, an ill person gets better. But if we interfere in this natural process, everything goes wrong. By taking antibiotics and antipyretics, we biochemically cool ourselves. We affect only the intermediary, leaving the cause, a pathogenic energy information factor. Apart from that, we also act against our own organism by not letting it remove the pathogenic factor by itself. We cause a malfunction of the regulatory mechanisms and let the disease pass into the fifth stage of the structural changes. Step by step, the infection starts injuring the cells of the larynx and nasopharynx, and by invading the kidneys, heart and other organs, creates a chronic process. On the basis of such a model of disease development, the clinic of Dr. Kulakovic developed an entire treatment and diagnosis system. This method has already been proving its effectiveness for 7 years. The diagnosis system of the clinic of Dr. Kulakovic works according to the principle from the whole to the particular. At the first stage, a number of non-standard diagnoses are held, which help estimate the entire condition of a body, find out the problem zones, and ascertain cause and effect relationships in the body. At this stage, computer infrared thermography is used, as well as computer integral resonance scanning, computer vegeto-resonant diagnostics, computer Kirlian diagnostics, and pulse diagnostics. At the second stage, an examination of pathological changes in the body is held with the help of the methods used in traditional Western medicine: ultrasound investigation, X-ray photography, and laboratory diagnostics. Traditional electrofunctional methods are used as well. And most importantly, the final stage is a complex analysis, in the process of which etiopathogenetic conclusion with qualitative and quantitative information for the accurate cause and effect treatment using adequate and effective methods are made. For example, two very widespread diseases, arthrosis and arthritis, are usually treated with non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs and hormone injections into the joint, but such therapy is ineffective. The clinic of Dr. Kulakovic solves this problem differently. First of all, we differentiate immediately whether it is arthrosis or arthritis. Arthritis, or an inflammatory, is an energy excess. Arthrosis is a shortage of energy. On the infrared thermography, we see the following: either a cold joint with arthrosis changes, or a hot joint with arthritis and a venous stagnation. Our task is to find out what caused the arthrosis or arthritis, whether there is any infection in the joint. We use the method of resonant diagnostics to determine what kind of infection it is. The most important thing is that we know the resonant frequency, with the help of which we can later influence the infection. The problem is that the disease cannot be treated using only this method. What influence does it have on a knee joint? It's a process in the kidneys. The kidneys are a really unique organ. They activate the vitamin D3, which transforms into a hormone that binds calcium in the duodenum and delivers it to bone tissue, launches bone's metabolism, activates osteoblasts, and creates the immunity of the skeletal system. If the kidneys are affected, local skeletal immunity decreases. Therefore, infection appears in it and arthritis develops. Also, if there is a shortage of vitamin D, local osteoporosis can appear in the joints. Unevenness inside the joint gristle surface appears. It begins to be obliterated and arthrosis appears.
Вот такие механизмы и наш подход в диагностике.
Such mechanisms, such an approach to diagnostics leads us to an understanding of the integral condition of each individual patient's body. That allows us to treat our patients with adequate methods, to treat the disease with which a patient came, but to really treat the entire body. What is a disease? It's a violation of a body's energy. A human is an open, self-regulated energy system, which is permeated by the energies of the Earth and outer space. The methods that we use are similar to the methods that the external environment uses to influence us. Methods of laser therapy, magnetotherapy, microwave therapy, and electromagnetic resonance therapy are methods which imitate natural physical factors. Radiation from the sun, the moon, microcosm, and the Earth. These are the methods without which life on Earth would be impossible. By using these methods, we first bring the entire body into electromagnetic homeostasis, and then into normal biochemical homeostasis. At the clinic of Dr. Kulakovich, we use the newest equipment patented and certified in Ukraine. At the clinic of Dr. Kulakovich, we use the newest equipment patented and certified in Ukraine. That is unified into the Medical Energy Information Therapy System by Dr. Kulakovich. The process of treatment in the clinic is based on 4 principles: the recovery of energy conditions in the body and energy circulation through the bioactive meridians, the impact on the central regulatory mechanisms of the body, especially on the central nervous system, to normalize the dysfunction of the sympathetic and parasympathetic influence of the affected systems and the entire body. Fight against the infectious, viral and parasitical etiology of the disease with the help of electromagnetic resonance therapy. All living things vibrate. Infections also vibrate. Each of them has its own vibration frequency. When we define that frequency, we can apply an electromagnetic field. Although it's weak and your body doesn't feel it, the infection does. So using the stochastic resonance effect, when one weak signal amplifies another one by 1,000,000 times, we can make an impact on the infection and destroy it. The 4th treatment principle of the clinic of Dr. Kulakovich, relief of the inflammatory process, microcirculation recovery and regeneration of the damaged organic body structures, using direct low-intensity laser and magnetic impact on the body structures. We saturate each cell with this energy. We create the conditions for its vital functions and body structures recovery. The energy used in the Medical Energy Information Therapy System by Dr. Kulakovich is measured in milliwatts. This does not strain the adaptive body structures, does not lead to complications that are a characteristic feature of the classic macroenergetic physiotherapy, which operates at hundreds of watts. The therapeutic effect can be seen primarily at the microcirculation level, the so-called body's second heart. This leads to training of the adaptive structures, reduction of the cardiovascular system's load, relaxation of the nervous and endocrine systems, blood pressure decrease, an additional injection of endorphin, the happiness hormone. Acute illnesses are treated fast in just a few sessions. Chronic illnesses are treated a little bit more slowly. As a rule, the whole treatment consists of 15 to 20 sessions, but sometimes we need even more. Each session is just an hour of complex therapy. That is, by using these methods, we can solve the most difficult health problems without any pain and harm. We have proven this with numerous examples. I want you to pay attention to a 22-year-old patient who has been struggling with atopic dermatitis for about 10 years. All previous medication therapies have had no significant effect. We found the main problem, the primary reason for this patient having atopic dermatitis, was a problem with his gallbladder, cholecystitis, caused by fungal infection. We initiated the therapy, and within a week there was some obvious improvement. I feel much better now. What was bothering you? I had a rash on my arms, my neck, my eyes. And after a week of sessions, I felt much better. It was just yesterday before the procedure that my blood glucose level was 12, and after a 2-hour session, it was reduced to 6.3. How do you feel in yourself? Great. Last year, I was diagnosed with diabetic polyneuropathy. of the lower extremities. I had very intense pain in my legs that prevented me from efficient work and proper rest. During examination, ESR level 25 millimeters per hour, glucose 13.6 millimoles per liter, glycohemoglobin 12.7%. The Nichi-Poryenko test, leukocytes cover the entire visual field during the vegetative resonant examination. Herpes simplex was found in the pancreas, liver, bile ducts, lumbar plexus, femoral and sciatic nerves. Orococcus was found in the kidneys. After the examination, energy information therapy based on Dr. Kulakovic's method was initiated. After a progress examination 1.5 months later, there was no staphylococcus in the kidneys. The herpes concentration had decreased. ESR was 15 millimeters per hour, glucose 1.8, glycohemoglobin 7.6%, Nichi-Poryenko test, leukocytes 1,500, erythrocytes 750. The kidney infection had almost been defeated. Now, after treatment, I can walk normally without a cane. My general condition is satisfactory. I want to introduce you to one patient who came to us 2 weeks ago with a 5-year-old chronic dry cough. During the examination, we found endoviruses in his bronchi and larynx, but his lungs were affected due to a chronic kidney inflammation and herpes in his lumbar plexus and gallbladder. For 2 weeks, the patient received treatment based on our methods, and the result was pretty good. The patient's condition improved considerably. We got rid of all the bacteria in his kidneys, and now we're finishing with the bronchopulmonary system treatment. After 22-hour sessions, I feel much better. The coughing has not completely disappeared, but I can say it has reduced considerably. My overall body tone has got better, as well as my knees that were bothering me, arthritis, are also much better now. Such medicine is ideal as a preventative medicine. We are able to see most people's problems during their early stages. With the help of this methodology, this equipment, this medical system, we can keep a high level of health and life quality throughout life. Actually, a human can never be sick at all. But this can only be achieved if one is timely diagnosed and undergoes various treatment sessions. This system is universal, and it's fully accessible for further research, further development, and can be applied in various spheres of medicine. And such clinics can be set up in all big cities.
Во всех крупных городах.